CamCam281 and I am here to bring you a tutorial to show you how to make a good looking YouTube intro and or outro on a Mac. Today I will be using the 2009 version of the software Keynote, which you can purchase from the App Store for $20. So in Keynote it gives you plenty of options for themes, but today I'm going to just use Showroom. Make sure that the slide size is 1280 by 720 for the export later. Click Choose and it will open up a new thing. You can choose whether to use these preset text boxes or not, but I'm going to for the sake of this video. Up here I'm just going to put my YouTube channel name, and here I'm just going to put Productions. So that looks okay, right? Not really that great though. So I'm going to change the font to something that looks better, which I am going to use Block Letters 101, a font I use, and I'm going to change it to a black font instead of light gray. And here I'm going to change it to a Modern Warfare 3 like text called Octan Stencil, and I'm also going to change that to a black font. So these text boxes are very large for what I need, so I'm just going to make them smaller. So it cleans up the space. As you can see, that's very easy in Keynote. So I'm going to use these yellow lines that are appearing on my screen to line up these in the center and make sure that they're a good distance apart. So now that that's centered, I'm going to click this shapes icon and enter a shape I desire. Today I'm going to use this speech bubble looking thing. And now I'm going to stretch it out to fit the whole text, and I'm going to move this because it looks bad. So yeah, so that looks good, and now I'm going to change the color, and I'm going to click Inspector right here, and it brings up this logo, and you can just click this to change the color. I'm going to use a light blue color because I think it looks good. So once you're done with that, just click the X and just click this and click back. As you can see, this covered up my thing just as I wanted it to. Now I don't think that looks great. I think the CamCam281 should have a white logo on it, behind it. So I am going to click Shapes again, and I'm going to click this rounded square. I am then going to stretch this out to cover up my whole name. As you can see, it shows you that it's the same size. And I'm going to change the color of this to white. And now I'm going to click back again, click this, click back again, and as you can see, it shows up. Now to make it look really cool, I'm going to select it, I'm going to click Stroke in this inspector, and I'm going to click Picture Frame. As you can see, it made it look pretty cool. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this, with Productions. I'm just gonna drag that through, change the color to white, and move it back. Now I'm going to select it, click Stroke, Picture Frame, and it shows up just as the other one does. I'm going to move it down so it fits, and I think that looks good for the sake of this video. I'm going to center it because I just realized it's not. So that looks good. So now we're going to add a little picture. You can choose whether to do this or not. For this, I'm just going to use this picture of Steve. So I'm going to make it a little bigger, and since I don't want this white in it, I'm just going to click this button right here. This is Alpha. And following these instructions on the screen, you're just going to drag on the color that you don't want. I'm going to drag until I see no white, which is now. And then click away from it, and you can see the white is gone. Now I'm just going to position this where I want it, which is about right here. And I'm going to move it back. And as you can see now, you can only see the top part of his body. I'm just going to move him a little. So I think that looks good. So now that you have this, you're probably wondering, how do I make it move? So now that you have this looking as you want it, you're going to click this little yellow thing that says Build Inspector. You're going to click that, and it shows you a little preview of your thing on the screen. I'm going to click more options just so I can bring up this order screen that we're going to use in a second. So the first thing you really want to come in is this giant blue speech bubble. So you're going to select that, you're going to click Build In, and you're going to choose an effect from here. When you choose that effect, it'll show you a preview on this little screen. I am going to use one, just a random one. Appears really boring, it just means it appears. So I'm going to choose I'm going to choose Fly In. And as you can see, it shows you a preview right there. And I'm going to save left to right, and you can change the duration. I'm going to have it take 1.5 seconds. And as you can see, it changed it right here. Make sure it's selected, and you do automatically after transition. So it'll happen as soon as it starts. Now, the next thing you should probably have come in is this, with your name. So you're going to select this rectangle we made earlier, and you're going to choose this, and then you're going to choose the one you want. I will do, this is going to be the same transition that your name is too, so make sure you pick a good one. I'm going to pick Drop. I'm going to have it take 1.5 seconds, and I'm going to select after build 1. So it happens as soon as that speech bubble is done, as it shows you. So I'm going to have that fall in, and now I'm going to select my text, and I'm going to pick the same thing, Drop, and I'm going to change it to 1.5 seconds. Now, instead of clicking after build, I'm going to click with build, so it drops with the square, so they look like they're one thing. Now you're going to do the same thing with this. You don't have to use the same transition, but I'm going to, for the sake of the video. 1.5 seconds. And you're going to click after again. Now you're going to select the productions, and I am actually going to do typewriter instead, as I do in my video. And I'm going to click after, and I'm actually going to fix this and make this typewriter as well, and change this to after. So now that that's done, all of the Cam 281 and the productions is done, I am going to animate Steve. So you're just going to select Steve, you're going to click Build In, and I will do lens flare. No, that doesn't look very good. I will use Drop. Yeah, I'll use Drop. 1.5 seconds, and you're going to select after build. So now that all that's done, everything's entered. And to see a preview of this, all you have to do is click play and play slideshow, and it shows you what it's going to look like. As you can see, that comes in, that drops, it types my name, that drops, types productions, and Steve falls out of the sky. So that looks good. So now, that could be good for a lot of you, but if you want to make it so it goes away as well, there is an easy way to do this. So all you have to do is select everything you want, and you're going to click Build Out instead of Build In. And for the effect, I'm going to use Dissolve, and I'm going to have it take 1.5 seconds. Now, you're going to now select After Build, and you're going to have a delay of how long you want this to appear on the screen. For me, I'm going to have a delay of 3 seconds. Okay, so there's a delay before it happens. Now, I am now going to have everything do the same thing for the build out. So they're all going to dissolve for 1.5 seconds, and I'm just going to click with. So I'm going to do that with all of these. Dissolve, 1.5 seconds, with. And I'm just going to do it with all of them. Sorry, this takes so long. With build. Okay, so I've now set it all so that it should, as I'm watching this preview, they should all dissolve at the same time as soon as the 3-second delay is over. So now you just wait 3 seconds and they will all dissolve out. There you go. So, now that this video is over, you can click play slideshow to see a full screen preview as you're seeing now. And if you think it looks good, which I personally think it does, you are going to go on to the final step of this. So you can see that goes away and we're good. So, if you're done, you're going to click File, Export. In Export, you're going to make sure QuickTime is selected, and for playback uses, click Fix Timing. There's no need to touch any of this. That's all fine. Make sure Repeat is set to None, and Enter Full Screen Mode when it's open does not need to be selected. So now you're going to just click Next, and you're going to name it. I'm just going to name it CamTam281 Test. Choose where you want to save it and click Export. Here it'll show you exporting it in real time. And you just have to wait till it's done. It doesn't take very long, it just depends on how long it takes to actually do this. Okay, it's generating the wait time, and it's going to dissolve in a second. There it goes. As you can see, it's finishing up. And it's done. So now you can click the X. You can choose whether to save it or not. I don't need to save it for this, but you can. And now it appears on your desktop. All you have to do is double click it, and it will play as a QuickTime. And now you can use this in any of your iMovie projects or any other filmmaking project you do. I hope this tutorial was very helpful, and make sure to comment, rate, and subscribe on this video and to my channel. Thanks for supporting me, and I'll talk to you later.